Do you have a minute?
Yeah, of course.
Great. How's Tony?
He's doing really well.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, he's still hard for him certain times, but he's showing improvement every day. Even Frisco noticed.
Frisco is exactly the reason why I wanted to talk to you. I ran into him this morning at Kelly's, and he was asking me about the brownstone.
Oh, yeah. How's that coming along?
Wonderfully well. As a matter of fact, we're fixing it up, and we have almost all of the apartments rented. There is one unit, though, that Frisco thinks might be perfect for the three of you.
Oh?
It's a two-bedroom unit, and it's really nice. It's neat. The only other apartment on the floor is Grant Andrews' studio.
Well, he mentioned something about wanting to move out of his apartment because it was foolish to keep paying rent because he's never in it, that's for sure.
And Terry and I have a two-bedroom apartment on the first floor, but there's also this huge family room that's going to be available to everybody.
Sounds ideal.
Yeah, I thought of it in connection with Tony. He'd have company almost any time he wanted.
I'm sure that he'd love it. It's just... Robert Scorpio. He insists on having security, the armed guards and the alarm, all the precautions.
Well, it's okay. We can handle armed guards and alarms.
Now, you said it was on the second floor?
Mm-hmm.
Is there an elevator?
No.
Oh, then I don't know how we could live there. He gets along great in the wheelchair. It's just the stairs. There's no way.
Don't they have those chair elevators? I know they have them. I've seen them. The ones that attach to the wall and then go up the stairs.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. They've got to be expensive, though.
I don't know. I'll make a phone call and find out.
Oh.
In the meantime, why don't you go over when you get a minute and have a look? Frisco said he'd be willing to look if you're willing to look.
I would love to. And with your taste, I know that it would be decorated beautifully.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We are working very hard. I want it to be homey, and I want it to be the kind of place where people can have privacy if they want privacy, and friends if they want friends.
I'd like to. So would Tony.
I'd like having you there. I've got to go. I'll call you later, and you can have a look today, okay?
Okay, great, yeah.
Well, what happened?
It works.
Listen, don't take things for granted, okay? Donnelly is no dummy.
I said it worked. I'm cooking. Una comida auténtica mexicana por dos esta noche.
Well, what does that mean in English?
I am cooking an authentic Mexican dinner for two for Sean, and he loves the idea.
I'm sure he does.
I can control him.
He's not stupid, right? I told you that before. He's been around and he knows every trick in the book.
Well, you certainly don't give me credit for anything, do you?
I only meant that Donnelly has been around.
I can handle him.
Well, you know, I was thinking about it, and I think maybe we ought to set up some sort of signal.
What?
A signal. Like if he gets to be too much for you, or comes on to you, or whatever. I mean, you could go out on the balcony, and I'll be down on the street, and you can signal me.
You really are off the wall, Frisco. That penthouse is way up high. You couldn't see in the window if I was shooting off skyrockets.
Well, then I'll think of something else.
Oh, forget it, but I am flattered.
Why?
You're concerned about my virtue.
Safety. There's a big difference.
I know.
Plus, I know men and you don't.
Don't I?
Just make sure that you don't push him too far. Understand?
No, I don't. Explain it to me.
Well, I mean, just don't come on him too much so he overreacts.
Actually, I could use a little training in that department.
What department?
Coming on too strong. Why don't you meet me here and we can discuss it later?
Well, I could maybe, but what for?
Don't you want to be sure I know how far not to go?
I'm serious here, okay? If Donnelly is involved with Slater in any way, that means he's the same breed. And you're going to be playing with fire.
Frisco, you wouldn't happen to be just a little bit jealous, would you?
Me?
Yeah, of Sean, for instance.
No. Listen, I never get jealous, okay? Let's get that straight right now. It's just that...
What? Go on.
You have a way of getting in trouble.
Gorgeous. High ceilings are my favorite. Wooden floors, I mean, everything.
Look at my fireplace.
Oh,
Isn't this gorgeous? I have always wanted a fireplace. Can you see those Christmas stockings here?
All right, now listen, what colors are you planning on using upstairs?
Oh, actually, no, I haven't decided on the colors. But that's deliberate. I think it's much nicer to let whoever rents the apartments pick their own colors.
Oh, the tenants will appreciate that.
I want it to be like a home. I don't want a lot of hallways and closed doors. I want warmth.
Well, seems like you got the right tenants for that.
Oh, we've got a very impressive list. We've got Kevin, we have Josh and Jake and Terry and Nate and Grant and maybe Felicia.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Everybody knows everybody. That's the best part. That's
Didn't
great.
you say that Jake was going to have his office somewhere in the building?
Jake has his office on the ground floor, and he also has a little garden that's so cute, and you enter from where the old kitchens used to be, and there's another stairway there that you can get over there.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Got it made. That'll be nice having a lawyer around.
Yeah.
Not only a lawyer. We have a doctor in the house, we have a nurse, and we also have a medical student who's trained on the massage machine.
Maybe even a speech therapist.
Wouldn't that be nice?
And a doctor. And a singer.
You think it'd be cool? You think we could all three live here?
I would love it. I really would. Now, if we could only work out the security problem and the stairs.
Listen, I'll tell you what, Tanya. I'm going to check out with Robert in just a little while. I'm going to go over and see if he can do something about the security here, okay? Have a specialist come over and see what can be done.
And why don't I get on the phone and I'll check out one of those chair elevators?
Good. The sooner you do that, the better, okay? I have to split you guys, all right?
Now, that's the third time you've looked at your watch in the last couple of minutes. Do you have a date?
No, I got to see somebody, okay? Thanks, Bobbie. See ya.
Oh, that worries me. What? When he gets that look in his face and he runs off, he still talks about getting the man who shot Tony.
I thought he agreed that he was going to leave that to retarded.
Margaret, he's still up to it. And Robert, he swore that Slater is out of the country.
Bobbie, you, Seaman.
Yeah.
When I say brace, you brace. You got that, Seaman?
Yeah, I got you. Excuse me.
Hold it. What? Didn't I tell you to check the davits on the lifeboat assemblies?
Me?
Yeah, you. What do you think I'm barking at, the keel? Have you checked them or haven't you?
Well, I was just waiting on my partner.
Your what?
My partner to check out the things on the boat, you know.
Hey, listen, are you an AB or aren't you?
A what?
An able-bodied seaman. Listen, when I tell you to check the davits, that means you, not you and some partner, whatever the hell a partner is. It's a one...
Standing to, sir. We were just about to check those davits. Ready by 4 bells, sir.
All right. You see that it is.
When you talk to the first mate, you call him sir. Better yet, say aye, aye, sir, and stand at attention.
How'd I know he's what'd you call him?
He's the first mate, Slater, and the less you see of him, the better. Just stay out of his way, okay?
Look, the less I see of anything on this tub, the more I like it. I don't even like sitting in a lifeboat.
Afternoon, sir.
Oh, yes, afternoon.
Ship speed is 16 knots, barometer steady.
Oh, well, good, thank you.
The young lady said this order should be delivered here.
Ah, you're right. My meal has arrived, huh?
All Mexican. Chile picked out the best Mexican wine.
Good. Take it to the kitchen at the end of the hall.
Sure.
Thank you. Good things. Good things.
She did well. Beautiful. A treasure.
Maybe your relatives or ancestors, huh?
Could be. Beautiful.
Here you go.
Also beautiful.
All right.